as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva's Tripurari Murthy, I bless you all with Paramadvaita. Paramashivasya Tripurari Murte Paramavatare Yushman Sarvan Paramadvaitena Aham Asirvadami. Paramashiva Paramburuli பரமவடிவமான திரிபுராரி மூர்த்தியின் வெளிப்பாடாக உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் பரமாத்வைதத்தை அருளி ஆசீர்வதிக்கின்றேன். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம். All the Paramashivoham program level 1, Paramashivoham program level 2, Paramashivoham program level 3. I bless you all and initiate you all with powerful experience of Jivan Mukti. Om, Om, Om. Now we are going to have initiation for all the next batch of Kailasa and all the Sarvanyapita intention manifestors, Yajaman, Karta, Ishwars, everyone. So, settle down, get ready for the initiation. Om, Om. Listen intensely. Still the discussion. How can Kailasa run without police, without tax? See, this discussion happening in the media and social media, I don't have a problem, but that is their job. But some of our own devotees, our own disciples, people who are part of our Sangha for a long time, they also started raising these few questions. They started sending me message, Swamiji, don't you feel we suffered too much because of our hospitality and openness, transparency? All kinds of people come, the enemies, anti-Hindu elements, Hindu music elements, they come and try to create mess, go out and attack us. Don't you see this? Continuous persecution, attacks, lawfare, assassination attempts, all that, and still do you want to take this risk? Listen, I want to tell all my disciples, followers, devotees, people who are going to become Kailasavasis, all of you listen intensely. How any great spiritual revolution, spiritual awakening starts globally. We can start from Buddha. Before Buddha, we can go to Krishna. If we have to go little more further, Rama or Krishna or Buddha, the master and the core team disciples decided to sacrifice their life for dharma, to live by dharma, to stand by dharma. They stood for the great truth, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you protect dharma, dharma protects you. With that intensity only, all of them caused a powerful spiritual awakening. If I have to describe Sanatana Hindu Dharma and especially our Sampradaya, I should speak about Rama, Krishna, Vyasa. All of you should know our Sampradaya is centered on Veda Agamas and Prasthanatraya. Let me explain. Rama compiled all the 108 Upanishads in Muktikopanishad and revealed to Hanuman and to the whole world. That 108 Upanishads mentioned in Muktikopanishad, compiled by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, forms the first book in the Prasthanatraya. 3 authority. Prasthanatraya, that forms the first book. Many Hindus may not be aware. Rama was a great spiritual teacher. He is not just great husband, great son, great king. He is a great spiritual master. The first in these 3 books of Prasthanatraya, 3 books are Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra. These 3 are the Prasthanatraya. 3 authority books in Hinduism, Sanatana Hindu Dharma. The first 108 Upanishads were compiled by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu in Muktikopanishad and taught to Hanuman and everyone. The next book, Bhagavad Gita, all of you know, Sri Krishna revealed it to Arjuna. As per some of the Puranas, Krishna and Arjuna are the incarnations of Naranarayana. Krishna is Narayana, Arjuna is Nara. Both of them were doing tapas, penance in Badrinath, Badrigashram. During their penance, Paramashiva himself appears and gives Shiva Gita, gives all the great teachings. Whatever they received when Naranarayanas appeared again as the next incarnation of Krishna and Arjuna, Krishna reveals all that to Arjuna. that is documented as Bhagavad Gita. That's the second Prasthanatraya book. Third, Brahma Sutra. Bhagavan Vyasa Maharshi compiles the essence of all spiritual philosophies and thought currents possible. I should say Brahma Sutra is book of books. Listen, when Rama came, whatever knowledge was revealed to the world as Veda Agamas, he compiles the best and gives 108 Upanishads compilation in Muktikopanishad as Muktikopanishad. Second, when Krishna came, all the traditions that was available at that time, he compiled it beautifully and reveals as Bhagavad Gita. That is why it is said traditionally that Upanishads are the cows and Krishna is the milkman, and he milked the essence as Bhagavad Gita and revealed it to the world. Then Vyasa compiles beautifully the essence of all past, present, future possible enlightenment sciences. That is Brahma Sutra. It's also called Vedanta Sutras, Uttaramimamsa Sutras. You can use all these words, and Brahma Sutra. These three put together is Prasthanatraya. Now, almost all acharyas of Sanatana Hindu Dharma wrote Bhashya, commentary on this Prasthanatraya to establish the tradition based on their Atma Pramana. Listen, this Prasthanatraya book forms the core, center. All the acharyas, Hinduism has more than 10,000 sampradayas, and all sampradayas identify themselves with one acharya. I can say 100 major acharyas. All that 100 major acharyas wrote Prasthanatraya Bhashya to establish, based on their Atma Pramana, a sampradaya. So listen intensely. You need to have a basic understanding about Hinduism. Prasthanatraya, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra. Upanishad compiled and presented by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu in Muktikopanishad. Bhagavad Gita given by Sri Krishna. Brahma Sutras given by Vyasa, and all acharyas who established a sampradaya wrote Bhashya. Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, Shrikanta Sivacharya, Bhamati. I can give a list. All those great acharyas wrote Prasthanatraya Bhashya, and through that Prasthanatraya commentary Bhashya, they established their Atma Pramana and became a Sampradaya. And from that, many Sampradayas evolved. Like, for example, Shankaracharya. People who follow Adi Shankaracharya's Prasthanatraya Bhashya itself evolved as a different sampradayas. People who follow Ramanujacharya's Prasthanatraya Bhashya itself evolved as different sampradayas in course of time. People who follow Madhvacharya's Prasthanatraya Bhashya itself, they evolved as different sampradayas. We are basically centered on Srikanta Sivacharya's Prasthanatraya Bhashya. Srikanta Sivacharya, quoting Agamas, writes a beautiful Brahmasutra Bhashya establishing Shiva Paratva, establishing that Shiva is ultimate. So, from that sampradaya, we evolve as one sampradaya of Kailasa's Nithyananda sampradaya. So, listen, now all our acharyas, if you see, whether Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, Sri Krishna, Vyasa, then later on, the great acharyas like Adi Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Vallabhacharya, or Srikanta Sivacharya, they gave their life to stand for the dharma which they were preaching. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. They stood for it so powerfully, so strongly. They and their first direct disciples, all of them faced enough persecutions, attacks. I don't know how many of you know. Ramanuja had to leave his country. In those days, he was born in Tondaimandalam, Sriperumbudur, but established himself in Cholamandalam, the Srirangam, but he had to leave his nation and go to Karnataka, be somewhere away, leaving his nation due to various reasons and persecution. All masters went through it. I tell you, those who persecuted them never become part of the history, but the great masters form the real history. Those who persecuted, how they attacked is never setting an example for the society, humanity, but how these great masters faced it became the inspiration for humanity. Listen, those who attacked never become part of the history. Maybe negatively they become part of the history. The attacks they have done, is documented, recorded, but that is not setting an example for humanity. But how these great acharyas responded, reacted, is documented in history as the inspiration for the future of the humanity. I tell you, if we want to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma's ancient enlightened civilization, me and my direct disciples should decide to dedicate the life, sacrifice life to keep this great principle of dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you protect dharma, dharma protects you. The power of dharma should be demonstrated by living, by continuously manifesting. You may think, you may tell me, oh Swamiji, these all the stories you are telling is long before, in those days, long, long ago, once upon a time. Listen. Let's come down to the modern times. Examples. Ramakrishna. It is the intense Yaga of Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada Devi, Swami Vivekananda, and his direct disciples, 16 disciples, including Vivekananda, 17, but totally excluding Vivekananda, because all the three are worshipped together. So, other than Vivekananda, 16, with Swami Nirmalananda included. So, just these 19 people, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharadamani Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, and their 16 disciples, just these 19 people, their Tyaga, ultimate Tyaga, forms the nucleus energy for the Ramakrishna mission. Today, millions are living the spiritual life as demonstrated by Sri Ramakrishna because of his Tyaga, his commitment, his direct disciples' commitment. Bhagavan Swaminarayan of BAPS organization, the founder of BAPS organization is Bhagavan Swaminarayan. He and his direct disciples, the intensity with which he stood for the Dharma, he was demonstrating, that formed the nucleus for the great spiritual revival. Then go to more recent times, Srila Prabhupada, manifesting this whole Hare Krishna movement, ISKCON movement. He and his first circle, the direct disciples, dedicated their life. That becomes the nucleus for the next generation. I can go on be giving great examples, detailed examples from my own home, my hometown. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and his direct disciples. I want all of you to know, don't think the Ramana Maharshi's organization, Sangha, evolved without sacrifices. Fortunately, I had direct contact and relationship with those formed the first circle of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi's direct disciples. At least I can say 25 people I met personally, interacted multiple multiple times. We even have photograph of me and Bhagavan Ramanananda Saraswati. Swami Ramanananda Saraswati, actually Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's own brother, Niranjanananda Swami, and Niranjanananda Swami's son is Sri Ramanananda Saraswati. Even I think 2003 or 4, in Tiruvannamalai, one of the satsang, I was releasing my commentary on Anmavittai Kirtanam, the Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's Anmavittai Kirtanam. I commented in Tamil, that CD releasing. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's Ramanasham's president, Swami Ramanananda Saraswati, came personally and released that CD, and we have photos and videos. I tell you, I personally met and got inspired by, not only inspired, even initiated and experienced one of the powerful spiritual experiences due to Annamalai Swami. And I personally met Kanagammal. I can list, I tell you, it was lot of struggle. That Ramanasham, the nucleus of Ramanasham was formed. It was not just all rose petals and just a smooth path. No. When Bhagavan created a spiritual energy, and Chinna Swamigal, Swami Niranjanananda Swami, he created the ecosystem, means a people around him. He organized it. There was lot of resistance when he started organizing. But Bhagavan played a beautiful role of being a witness, handling all that resistance. Then, especially when organizations started forming out of that ecosystem, there was lot of power politics. I am putting everything on record. Not only I heard from directly all these people, I have read even some of the documents related to it. Above all, today I wanted to reveal one more information. My ancestor, Murthy Chettiar, was actually just third house where I was born and brought up, Nithyananda Janmabhoomi, with the third house. He was trustee of Arunachaleshwara temple and Ramanashram, both. So from his family, I have heard enough of truths, facts, exactly what happened. Maybe even for the people of Ramanashram, it will be a shock that my grandfather, my ancestor, was the trustee of Ramanashram at one time. And maybe for all our devotees also it will be shock. Swamiji's own ancestor, grandfather, was trustee of Arunachaleshwara temple and Ramanashram, both. It was not just economical struggle, power struggle. They faced everything from external attacks, internal attacks, all types, rumors, gossips, what not, even legal cases. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was a spiritual center. Chinna Swami, Ramanananda Saraswati, Niranjanananda Saraswati, Niranjanananda Swami, Chinna Swami, he formed the ecosystem beautifully. Then from that, organization evolved. The moment Bhagavan left the body, unfortunately, so many cases, malicious legal cases with malicious intention to take over the wealth, the organization was lost, and suddenly people are not able to handle the emptiness of being without Bhagavan and all these legal attacks. Many of the disciples of Bhagavan left Tiruvannamalai. So the ecosystem collapsed. Bhagavan sat in Mahasamadhi. One side, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi sat in Mahasamadhi, and all the legal attacks took away the organization, took organization away. It was in limbo, lot of insecurity. Then, because of all this mess, the disciples, almost 90% of the disciples left. So, ecosystem is lost. Then comes one man. Actually, Niranjanananda Swami, he also left the body within 1 or 2 years. Bhagavan left the body in 1950. And Niranjanananda Swami left the body in few years. Came one person, Ramanananda Swami. That time his name was Venkataramanan. One person sacrificed his life, gave his life. I tell you, if you are now Ramana devotee, if you know anything about Ramana Maharshi now, the whole credit goes to Swami Ramanananda Saraswati of Ramanashram, Sri Venkatraman. His name was Venkatraman, Ramanananda Saraswati of Ramanashram. Whole credit goes to him. I tell you, he fought multiple legal cases all alone. And he will go to every devotee, old devotee who left Tiruvannamalai and went back to their place, and inspire them, convince them, remind them about their beautiful life with Bhagavan, revive their commitment and devotion, and get them back. He did it all alone. He did it all alone. I tell you, many people started even using Ramana Maharshi's own teachings against the organization without realizing it is the organization kept Ramana Maharshi's teachings together to be taken to the whole world. If Bhagavan did not want organization, why do you think he will sign a will? At least you put one line. How he wants the organization to function. It took almost 30 to 40 years. Bhagavan left the body in 1950 in Mahasamadhi. Bhagavan's own brother, Chinnaswami, Niranjanananda Swami left the body within few years. Then, almost it took 30 years, I should say, only in 1970s, the ecosystem, organization, all got back together. First 10 years was worst struggle. Then, I should say that 1950 to 60 was worst struggle. 60 to 70, they started breathing, have time for little breathing. 70 to 80 only, it again was put together the ecosystem and organization, both. A lot of devotees came back and started settling. So when new devotees come, there was an ecosystem to inspire them, to encourage them, to help them to continue and understand the teachings, to keep the ecosystem alive. The organization also, I will not say the whole organization came back, because still there is a government trustee and government part is there, but at least a major chunk came back. It is just one person, Ramanananda Saraswati, Sri Venkatraman. He and his Yaga, his family, of course, his family and the whole, his first circle, his brother, his brothers and this team. I think one is Sri Ganesan, another one is Sri Mani, and by the time his own son S.V. Ramanan, all of them have evolved. It is that team, their dedication, sacrifice is what you are seeing now as Ramana Sangha. As Ramana Sangha. Don't underestimate dedication, Yaga. I was not just inspired, filled by their dedication, and still I carry so much gratitude for them, for their dedication. All of you should know. All of you should know. Sri Venkatraman, Ramanananda Saraswati always had an option of going back to some other work, especially during this limbo of insecurity. Government trying to take over the whole Ramanashram due to multiple cases, so many stay orders and so many things. Some of the own devotees not standing up for the organization with the fake ideas of, oh, organization is not needed, trying to justify their non-involvement and tamas as sattva, the criminal negligence as great sattvic quality. No. It is these few dedicated people revived the ecosystem, revived the organization. Now the Ramanashram you are seeing serving millions of people, inspiring millions of people. I should say I am just a small dust. The whole Kailasa is a small wave in the ocean called Ramana Maharshi. It is his ecosystem, his organization kept that flame alive for me to get the glimpse. So understand, I can go on narrating the stories. I want all of you to read the book. When Ramakrishna Mutt was at crossroads, the book was written by Swami Prabhananda. Swami Prabhananda. When Ramakrishna Mission was at crossroads, number one. One more book, ISKCON, published by ISKCON, Diaries of Srila Prabhupada. Initially, when Prabhupada was building, how he went to New York, and when he was living in New York, he maintained his own diary. 2 cent income, but 4 cent expense. I was borrowing 2 cent from another devotee, committing that I will return it within 2 weeks. These all records of Srila Prabhupada you will see in his diary. It's already published by ISKCON. Buy this book and read. Ramanasham also published a beautiful book, small book, the biography of Sri Venkatraman. Please buy this book and read. Ramananda Saraswati's biography. Buy this book and read. 3 books. When Ramakrishna Mission was at crossroads, by Swami Prabhananda, the diaries of Srila Prabhupada, published by ISKCON, his own handwriting, in his own handwriting it is published. And biography of Sri Venkatraman, Swami Ramananda Saraswati, published by Ramanasham. Please buy these 3 books and read. You will understand what I am saying. Any great spiritual revival does not happen just by talking or any small giving little time, little treasure, little talent, little volunteering. No. 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 I tell you, it is tremendous sacrifice of the Master himself and his direct disciples in any sampradaya. In any sampradaya. Do you know one of Ramanujacharya's disciple gave his life dressing up like Sri Ramanujacharya and let Acharya escape? So, Prasthanatraya, Bhashya of Shankaracharya, and he and his disciples sacrifice together forms his sampradaya, nucleus for his sampradaya. Prasthanatraya Bhashya of Ramanujacharya, and he and his disciples sacrifice together forms the nucleus of the ecosystem for his sampradaya. Same way, Prasthanatraya Bhashya written by Srikanta Shivacharya and his direct disciples, he and his direct disciples' dedication, sacrifice, forms the core nucleus for his sampradaya. Listen. Actually, as on now, we got only Brahmasutra Bhashya of Srikanta Shivacharya, but in that Brahmasutra Bhashya, the way he mentions and talks, he mentions clearly, we have enough evidence, he actually wrote Bhashya for Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, all the Prasthanatraya, establishing Shivaparatva. That forms the nucleus material book, nucleus ecosystem for Shaiva Sampradaya to evolve. From that various, the Shaiva, among the Shaiva itself, various Adi Shaiva, various Shaiva Sampradayas evolve. That is different in course of time. So understand, it is extreme tyaga of the master and his direct disciples, that forms the nucleus for any sampradaya to evolve, any sangha to evolve. And I tell you, at least one generation, tyaga need to be demonstrated for the next generation to join. At least one generation. One generation is roughly around 30 to 40 years of tyaga. Need to be demonstrated to the world for the next generation to join. Because it takes one generation to prove our stability and commitment to the world. We can't expect the first generation time itself the world to accept us. When we are attacked, abused, persecuted, multiple assassination attempts during everything, lawfare, everything. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's period gossips, because that was the biggest thing those days. Same thing only now it is being done in social media and by mainstream media. That's all. Those days, the mainstream media and social media was not that powerful or popular, reachable, so that was not being used. Just gossip was used, some legal cases are used. So understand, but he stood, his direct disciples stood, proved at least one generation, so that next generation can feel confident. By Paramashiva's grace, I can say clearly, we already proved for one generation, 30 to 40 years, facing all attacks by Paramashiva's grace. Because of Paramashiva's grace, we are standing tall. We are winning. We won. And we proved ourselves. Don't you understand? We already demonstrated one generation, 30 to 40 years, through our intensity, stability, commitment, come what may. We will stand and do our mission. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Listen. Biggest strength Paramashiva gave me. First, his own energy, blessings, he himself is manifesting. Next, extreme ahimsa. Understand? Whenever you react for the attacks, injustice done to you, your goal gets diverted or your speed towards the goal gets reduced. But Paramashiva gave me such beautiful Paramashantatva, intelligence shining in Paramashantatva, ultimate peace. Never all the attacks, whether from externally attacks done or the internally from Sangha, the traitors, anything, never any agitation or reaction happened in me, and continuously, always I was focused on the goal, never my speed towards the goal was reduced. During all attacks, whether it is from external enemies or the internal traitors, all I did, Paramburuli, Paramashiva Paramburuli, Mahadeva, what should I do next? He will give the script. That's all. I tell you. It is my absolute Paramashantatva, non-agitation, extreme peace, absolute peace, that made me successful. Listen, I tell you repeatedly, even if one moment I was agitated in this whole attacks, so many years of continuous abuse and persecution, hate speech I faced, laughers I faced, even if 1 minute, 1 second I was agitated, the whole Sangha would have, I don't know what would have happened, I can't even imagine. Then, even if I was agitated internally, stressed internally, my speed towards my goal would have been reduced, which is what is the real plan, the expected success of my enemies and my traitors. I tell you, Paramashiva, by giving me absolute Paramashantatva, unagitated, absolute peace, non-violence, centered energy, he gave me the greatest strategies to resolve all the problems presented in front of me. I wanted all of you to know Paramashiva's Paramashantatva, his energy of ahimsa, is powerful, capable to guide his mission, protect his mission, expand his mission, take his mission to the whole world. That is why I am so confident. My confidence is on Paramashiva, not on the external situations, attacks, assassination attempts, lawfare, hate speech, persecution, all I faced from the external enemies and internal traitors. Listen, my confidence is on Paramashiva. He is more powerful than any of this. He is a greater strategist than any of this. And I tell you, repeatedly, any external situations, worst situations also, I always looked up to Paramashiva and his revelations. And he always standing by me, stood by me, manifesting through me, guiding me, and winning. Not only that, he is continuously blessing all my devotees, disciples all over the world. I tell you, I give you this as a successful strategy. All of you who come to Kailasa to become Kailasavasis, sannyasis and all that, from this moment adopt ultimate peace and non-violence centered cognitions. And all of you devotees, disciples living in your own home and creating Kailasa ecosystem around you, Sarvanyapita intention, Sarvanyapita manifester, Sarvanyapita yajaman, Sarvanyapita karta, Sarvanyapita Ishwar, all of you in your life bring this Paramashantatva as your core cognition. I tell you, it will make you 100 times more productive than any cunning, agitated strategies. Drop is agitated strategies, taking decisions during restlessness, pain, or depression. Hold on to the Paramashantatva, source of your first person. From that space, make decisions, make moves. I tell you, you will be 100 times more productive. You will not first miss your goal. You will not reduce your speed towards your goal. You will perform at your best. I have seen, thoroughly studied millions of people all over the world from various cultures, various backgrounds. I came to a conclusion, basically, fundamentally, human beings are good. Especially, at least I can say, whoever is gravitated towards me, whoever is attracted towards my teachings and my sangha and my mission, we just need to give an ecosystem where they are given intense, sincere, spiritual awakening and enlightenment focused life. For that, the master and his direct disciples should sacrifice. With Paramashiva's grace, not only we are sacrificing, we already established one generation track record. 30 to 40 years now that we are committed to Dharma, and we are ready to sacrifice everything for dharma. We are ready to protect dharma, and naturally it is time for the next generation to get inspired and come and become part, and they will all become this beautiful ecosystem. It is possible. Why don't you guys see how successfully ISKCON is running all over the world? Ramakrishna Mission is running all over the world. Sharda Mission is running all over the world. And Sri Aurobindo is Sangha is running all over the world. I should say even Aurobindo, Sri Aurobindo and Aurobindo Mother and his direct disciples, their commitment and dedication, sacrifice is the core, formed the nucleus for Aurobindo Sangha, Sri Aurobindo Sangha. So understand, we are ready for the sincere, committed sacrifice for Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and we are confident of making the ecosystem beautifully for the next generation to come and celebrate Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And I tell you, not only for Kailasa mission, even for your own personal life, this is the most successful strategy. It will develop your health, it will develop your mind, it will develop your consciousness, it will develop your wealth, it will develop your balance sheet, it will develop your relationships, it will develop the success feeling you have, it will develop the fulfillment in you, it will develop enlightenment itself in you. So understand, I am talking about something for which I gave my life already one generation. Not only me, my direct disciples, how much they all suffered. It's not that they sacrificed just their time, treasure, talent. How much of abuse they faced, especially if you are my disciple and wearing Kantamala or any of that Hindu marks and showing you are my disciple, you will be called by all names. How women go through all abusals. They will be called as every bad word. They go through all of that. But stand tall with me to live this dharma. It's not that my direct disciples team does not have external attacks and suffering, pain and internal pressure and that stress of keeping the whole thing together. I know I never suffer. I don't even remember thinking the attacks done on me. But when I see the attacks done on my disciples, just because they are standing with me tall and strong, how they are called all types of names, all kinds of abuses put into lawfares, even sometimes assassination attempts, other abuses, how many things they have gone through. My enemies and traitors, when they try to attack me, they don't stop just attacking me. They attack my disciples. Many of the women of my Sangha direct disciples went through all types of attack from my enemies by the traitors. But with the grace of Paramashiva, they are all standing tall and strong along with me. It is all their sacrifices together forms the nucleus of Kailasa. As I told, one generation Hindus sacrificed their time, treasure, talent and still standing tall with me, facing all the attacks and abuses and persecution from external enemies and internal traitors. Some of the worst thing is, because internally so many people became traitor, at one time we do not know who is traitor and who is disciple, and so the trust level drastically went down, the lowest threshold of the trust level. During that time, the rules we form, even though it was suffocating, many withstood, thinking, yes, we have to withstand these rules, these regulations, because we do not know who among us are the traitors. Even though they are sincere disciples, they have to stand the scrutiny because other traitors infiltrated the Sangha. I can go on be narrating. But beyond all this, fortunately, Paramashiva's grace, not only me, my direct disciples team is standing tall. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Let's revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Let's revive ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. It is time we need to revive and give confidence for people on this Dharma and Dharma Shastras. I tell you, Manvadi Dharma Shastras are still powerful right jurisprudence for a functional society, not just museum or to be kept in archives as a memory. No. Even today, Manvadi Dharma Shastras as jurisprudence can make a successful functional society. There is a beautiful book beautiful book called Agama Prayaschitta Vidhi, which gives a detailed prayaschitta for every mistake. Vratas, tapas, precisely when you do a mistake, why you do, what is the blind spot, what is the root pattern of that mistake you are committing, and how to remove that through tapas. Precisely Paramashiva has described in Agama Prayaschitta Vidhi and his descendants in Manuvadi Dharmashastras. So, these Dharmashastras and Agama Prayaschitta Vidhi is more than enough to keep a society happy, healthy, successful, functional. And it is our responsibility to revive and demonstrate. Same way, it is our responsibility to show to the world, just by the voluntary donations and contributions, a Hindu nation can run. Why don't you guys see how ISKCON is running only by pure voluntary contributions? Ramakrishna Mission is running only by pure voluntary contributions. BAPS is running only by pure voluntary contributions. When all of them are successfully running, why not Kailasa? Why do you guys have self-doubt? Listen, with Paramashiva's grace, last one generation, we proved, we survived, we are successful, still standing tall, kicking around, happily, moving around. So, when it is proven strategy, successfully, we can trust Sanatana Hindu Dharma and go to Sanatana Hindu Dharma for the solutions faced by modern day human beings of all types of problems. So put your confidence on Paramashiva and his great revelations, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Veda Agamas, and his followers' revelations, writings of Manvadi Dharmashastras, and we have many masters and their ecosystems and organizations are as example. We can do it. With Paramashiva's grace, we can make it. We did it. We are successful. Already so many ecosystems all over the world are successfully running. And I also want to tell you all one more thing. In Mahakailasa, in Kailasa, all Kailasas, all work is going to be completely centered on AI. It is going to be absolutely centered on AI. The whole Kailasa mission, Sangha, is AI centered. Whether we do interview for the new Kailasavasis to come, or the scanning, organizing, documenting, taking them inside, doing training, and then evolving, assessing, placing them in different campuses, functioning, making all the different campuses and Kailasas functional, all is going to be AI, through AI. So let us use all the modern day expertise available to revive ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilizational ecosystem, civilizational nation. It is possible. It is possible. With Paramashiva's grace, we won and we are standing tall. Hey, if I should have collapsed, I should have collapsed 10,000 times long before. Still I am alive, standing tall, running the mission, everything, just because of one thing. Paramashiva is real. This proves Paramashiva is real. And he is manifesting through me. So understand that always there will be small, I can say that training, arrangements, small glitches, maybe little friction and all that. We need to take the Sanatana Hindu Dharma as a real and find solutions from it and start implementing, living it, manifesting it. Hey, if there is no challenge, then what is life? There will be challenges. Let's always stand tall with Paramashiva, by Paramashiva. Through his grace, we will win. We won already. So don't worry. Nothing to be worried about. The Kailasa's policies, these are all time-tested, ancient, foolproof methods we are adopting. And surely this all works. Our mission is to prove this all works. There is no expiry date for Bhagavad Gita. There is no expiry date for Dharma Shastras. Some of them are commenting, Swamiji, only you can have this kind of confidence even after going through so much. Hey, listen. I am repeating, Paramashiva is real. He is directly manifesting through me. He is continuously guiding me and supporting me and protecting me. He is manifesting this mission. And he is blessing all of you and showering you all with wealth, health, bliss, everything. Fulfillment, enlightenment, everything. Let us revive and recommit to Paramashiva and his Guru Parampara. Paramashiva, from him, the whole Guru Parampara. Sanatana Hindu Dharma. I do remember all the sacrifices done by all my disciples. I wanted to tell all of you, even if you swept one day our ashram as a volunteer, or you contributed 1 penny as a donation, You are part of whom I call a generation sacrifice. Don't think only if you are still sticking or with me in Kailasa as part of this mission, I am including everyone who gave 1 penny or one day just wiped clean the ashram, doing voluntary service, any one of our campuses. I am including all of you and proud of all your sacrifices. 1 generation Hindus sacrificed, and with the grace of Paramashiva, this Kailasa has happened. So I am blessing all of you. Paramashiva, Keshavartha Murthy, Sri Srinivasa Varabrahmam, Sri Venkateshwara Murthy, Sri Venkateshwara, Lakshmi Venkateshwara, all the gods and goddesses shower you all with wealth and blissful inner space to contribute. You will all be showered and you will all be part of Kailasa mission. The more and more wealth will be showered on you. All the auspiciousness will be showered on you. My blessings to all of you. As Paramashivas, ultimate manifestation of Keshavartha Murthy and Sri Venkateshwara Murthy, Sri Venkateshwara Swami, Sri Srinivasa Varabrahmam, I bless you all. I bless you all. You will all be showered with wealth, large wealth, and all the auspiciousness. Be blissful.
Nithyananda, thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the